1. And then Theseawolf went up against Janus Zeal, which put him at 1-1 as well. Both of these guys have quite a bit of experience with DWR, so it should be a good match. And looks like we are underway, so we're going to get our instructions from the king and find out what our starting items are. Theseawolf sporting the Luigi sprite, and Z-Man sporting the Link sprite here. On Heal, Sleep, and Repel to start with. Alright, so we will have a torch, we will have a silver harp to start with, and then we will have our obligatory magic key, which does let us out of the throne room. So that early heal can definitely lend them a hand here. It does cost 3 MP to use, however, so that will only give them 2 heals currently. We do have a cave early to start with, and thankfully no swamp around the castle. Theseawolf runs into a magician with Hurt More, which will definitely send him back home. Z-Man running into a Droll Magi, only hitting him for 1, so this may be our so-called Noodle Monster, which is the monster who is guaranteed to be able to be beaten with only having 5 health and do 1 damage. As it is doing more than 1 damage, it looks like it will not be our Noodle here. Theseawolf running into another magician who quickly casts Hurt More before he can even act and sends him right back to the castle. And Z-Man trying the heal strats over on this Droll Magi, but does hurt for quite a bit, and looks like he goes with a sleep strat for his last bit of MP, and does manage to put it to sleep. Theseawolf making it to the cave, and will be our bonus cave. And does pick up an early magic key, so I wonder if he'll be checking the treasury to see what can be found there. Z-Man making a valiant effort on this Droll Magi, but does go down to it, was not able to take it down. While the Theseawolf does find himself a rogue scorpion and was able to put it to sleep. And will cast Hurt to send him back to the castle as well. Z-Man opting to try and find a different zone, but instead he's going to find a magician, which will hit him for 3. Didn't open with Hurt More this time. And we do see we only need 26 experience for our first level here. Theseawolf will go ahead and save at the king, so most likely he will give us a treasury check to see what we have here. Alright, so we do have a cursed belt, which we can sell for 180 gold. Another magic key, some gold, so he'll be able to go and stock up on those keys now, as he will have access to the key shop and some wings, as Z-Man does find out that those magicians do have Hurt More and will send you back to the castle very quickly with it. And Z-Man finds himself a rogue scorpion and is going to try and put it to sleep as well. Does succeed, so a lot of enemies with a low sleep resistance so far. And we'll get to see our first look at the Tantegel basement and see what we have here. We do have a cave, and since we do have a torch, we'll get to see, looks to be Swamp North here. And we have a knight who hits for a whopping 25 and will send the Theseawolf back home. Z-Man having a little bit of luck with this Scorpion, being able to heal up and still get some damage in. As Theseawolf does run into a Golem, dealing 8 damage, so definitely not our Noodle Monster. Will be unable to run away, and Z-Man does take down our Scorpion for 44 experience to get a first level with 10 power, 19 speed, 13 HP, and 4 MP. Does actually pick up 2 levels there and gets Radiant. So yeah, Rogue Scorpion's not our Noodle Monster, but can be taken down with a combination of heal and sleep. And Theseawolf still having no luck with this Golem and does get sent back to the Sin Bin. And we see our first Scorpion over on Z-Man's side, who does take 5 damage from the first hit, but does cast Hurt, whereas we have Theseawolf with a Droll Magi, and able to put it to sleep. And it does deal 3 damage, so not likely to be our Noodle Monster here, as the Scorpion does send Z-Man back with, wow, quite a bit of hit, along with Sleep there, taking him down. Only 2 experience needed to hit level 4, though. And now we have a Werewolf for our first time over on Z-Man's side, dealing only 1 damage to it, but also only taking 1 damage. Well, he did do 2 there, but this still could be our Noodle here. And that is 5 damage, so does not seem like that will be our Noodle, as the Theseawolf does get sent home by the Droll Magi. So we got a slap fight going on with this Werewolf. Not a bad idea to go ahead and keep trying this, since it is just a 1-for-1 or sometimes a none, depending on what happens. And we have a Armored Knight for the first time over on the Theseawolf side, as Z-Man does manage to take down the Werewolf for 57 experience. So nothing too good so far on experience, but will be enough to get him another level with 3 power, 7 speed, 7 HP, and a little bit more magic. And I believe I saw a heal more there, as the Armored Knight does take down the Theseawolf. So a question in the chat, the Noodle Monster, as we've defined it, is guaranteed to have only 5 HP and be within the first 3 zones around the castle, which is zone 0, 1, and 2, and generally will just deal 1 damage and take 1 damage, allowing you to get your first kill in order to start the leveling process. Yeah, so basically something that is forced to be of the slime tier, something that is easy to take down and rather laughable. And Z-Man deciding to go ahead and forego that cave for now. And it wasn't heal more, it was hurt more that he did obtain there. So hurt more at level 4, that is definitely going to catapult him ahead a bit. And Theseawolf finding our neighborhood friendly slime, so we'll see what the slimes have this time around, as Hurtmore does take down the Armor Knight for 119. And we do get our first town from Z-Man, which we will have Coal, which can be one of our 3 searchable items. Slime's hitting for a whopping 47, getting some of that well-needed revenge. And wow, we have Erdrick's Armor and Coal by Z-Man. And wow, those prices though, 5,360 for the Flame Sword, 3,561 for the Hand Axe. Don't think we'll be seeing anything purchased out of the coal shop here. Well, that does open up Z-Man for being able to explore the rather large swampy areas we have to the west and east here from the castle. Cast a hurt more on a Drakima, which is not enough to take it down, and does hit him rather hard as the Seawolf goes down to yet another Golem. He does manage to take it down for a 164 experience gain. Wow, 18 power, 33 speed, 18 hit points, 25 magic, and that was actually another 3 levels. Don't believe there's any new spells there, as Seawolf does find that our Staff of Rain Cave is actually rather close, so he'll go ahead and drop off his harp and pick up the Staff of Rain while he's here. And Star Wyvern's also giving 187 experience and 244 gold. Not too much on most of the stats there, but 19 MP is definitely a nice gain, and we will see the Hurt spell as well. Speaking of hurts, Seawolf taking down by another hurt more from the Magicians. We have Seawolf, who's going to try and get some exploration in. If he can just find coal, that would actually help him out significantly, as that does hold the armor. But before he can do that, he gets taken down by a knight. Z-Man now able to easily dispatch the Droll Magi for 228 experience. Wow. And that will get him another level for 3 power, 2 speed, 3 HP, and another 14 magic. So the MP count is getting racked up quite high, as the Seawolf does locate coal, but gets stopped by the Fun Police just before he can reach it. Tries to sleep the Fun Police, doesn't work, but the Fun Police can sleep him, as Z-Man does pick up his magic key from the Stone to Sunlight Cave. And Fun Police also wielding hurts, and wow, dealing 52. So that is definitely our normal Fun Police, able to send you right back home without a second thought.
It seems like Seawolf is not having as much fun as Z-Man right now.
Yeah, definitely not. Looks like he is going to go ahead and grab some gold, however, since he did spot that town. It looks like he's going to try and make his way over to that town. Z-Man does go ahead and stock up on keys, and I assume he'll be checking the treasury very shortly as well.
Looks like he's going to check out the basement first, and finds Swamp Cave.
And Seawolf trying to work in on this Rogue Scorpion, which is actually, he actually sleeps and runs from it. The Rogue Scorpion was actually the first enemy that Z-Man was able to kill with a combination of using sleep, healing, and attacking it, and did take it down for 44 experience to get his first couple of levels. Wow, and a 20 speed increase on that next level that Z-Man was able to get there. Looks like is he going for Princess here?
If not Princess, then at least to check out what the enemy is.
It's a Spectre who runs away.
So just decides, you know what? I don't get paid enough for this.
And it looks like he is going to go ahead and get that early Princess rescue, which does give him a couple of advantages there. Once he finds Cantlin, he'll already have the ability to search for those coordinates, but will also give him the GPS or a Gwaelin positioning system, allowing him to know exactly how much he needs for his next level. As Seawolf does make it to Cole this time, so he'll be happy to see that the armor is held here in Cole.
And hopefully he'll be able to pick up a weapon as well with the extra gold that he has.
And unfortunately, not with these shop prices.
Yikes, it's like you walked into the Apple store or something.
And Z-Man able to dispatch that Spectre with a couple of doses of Hurt More, but not worth much experience, as his Poltergeist is looking to end his chances of taking back the Princess.
Gets the stop spell, though.
And we have the Seawolf, who was able to put the Metal Scorpion to sleep and is actually dealing 2 damage per hit to it here. Oh, but he's going to breathe fire and send him back home with Dragonlord's Breath.
Ugh. Z-Man about to drop the princess off, and we'll see what item she decides to steal from him today.
And Seawolf going toe-to-toe with this werewolf, who can't really do much to him since he has Erdrick's armor here. We do know that the werewolves do have a fair bit of HP, but if he can take this werewolf down, that will actually get him his level. And Z-Man checking his treasury now.
The armor might actually make it a little difficult for Seawolf to identify which monster is the low strength one, since there's a lot of strength ranges that will deal 1 damage versus somebody that's wearing Erdrick's armor, even at level 1.
Yeah, so far we haven't really actually identified anything as a noodle, but he does get his kill, and that will be enough to get him his first couple of levels. which will get him going here. So only 15 minutes in, we do have both of our racers with a level, both pretty even here. Both do have armor. Seawolf has turned in his harp already for the Staff of Rain, which was only just west of Tantagel. And not too much of an experience lead so far on Z-Man, so still very close.
All right, and with only 15 MP, Seawolf only has 3 hurt Mars, but that should be enough to get him further through the levels.
Yeah, we did see Hurtmore actually is able to take down quite a few enemies here, one of which being the Droll Magi with a whopping 228 experience.
Oh, it sounds like Droll Magi's pretty good.
And then
in general.
Yeah, and then those Scorpions with 237. So I mean, a few of those, and he'll be right up there with Z-Man. And Z-Man looks to be going ahead and heading through the Swamp Cave to see what's on the other side as he runs into a red slime, which is not doing too much to him. Perhaps Seawolf can get some revenge on these magicians who we know have Hurtmore. Doesn't have any Hurtmores left of his own, so he's just going to get out of there. And Red Slime's going down for 170 experience and quite a bit of gold too. And that will be enough to get Z-Man to yet another level with, wow, 16 power, but no HP that time around.
Another 9 magic though, so if the magic keeps trending upwards, could easily be, you finish out with 96 MP, but a giant pile of heal Mars.
And wolves in the Swamp Cave are plentiful, but not really giving too much. I've definitely seen some large speed, MP, and attack gains, and we have Sharlock on the other side. So an interesting thing to note here is with Sharlock being on the other side of Swamp, and Swamp being locked in Tantagel, is if our runners do pick up the Death Necklace, they will need to be careful that they don't soft lock themselves out of being able to get back to Sharlock if Brecconary turns out to be on this second continent as well, as they will not be able to get to the Swamp Cave since the king will instantly kick you out if you are cursed with the Death Necklace.
And I think just the situation of that alone will dissuade people from using the Death Necklace, unless somehow they end up getting a 40 HP gain in a level at some point. It's just not worth the risk.
Yeah, definitely makes you rethink it of, oh man, I could possibly lock myself here unless you save before doing it. I actually myself I had a very lucky Death Necklace use where I didn't think about that being a thing, and luckily did not get sent back to the castle, and so didn't run into that. But we do have Seawolf getting himself a couple more levels, and Z-Man does find Cantlin. He has keys, he has armor, so he can definitely see what our coordinates are, and not bad silver shield, only 2,869. Still no decent weapon prices though, unless you consider a club.
Well, he's got 2 more armor shops that he can check out, so I'm probably going to survey his options before going to get the coordinates.
And again with the club, he might go. He's going to go ahead and grab this small shield for now, but he'll definitely come back for that silver shield later. And Seawolf finding out that these knights are none too friendly, so we do have Z-Man checking what our coordinates are going to be, if we have coordinates. Well, that's not too bad. 18 north, 34 east, easily countable, but you have the GPS, so who needs to count?
Yeah, and that'll save Z-Man a little bit of time. Probably not as much as not getting the princess, but I think it's a worthy gamble, especially with split continents and not knowing where the coordinates could be. Just on the way through.
And we have a new town here. We have found Hawk's Nest, so all within easy distance of the castle, we've got all 3 of our searchable spots able to be either located or found. But unfortunately, that Druin is going to send Seawolf back home. He may make maybe another play at this just to see if that Hurtmore will be enough, or he may go for some more exploration.
Seawolf getting ruined by a Druin.
I see what you did there.
Z-Man is going to stock up on some of the essential items.
And it does go ahead and pick himself up a Dragon Scale as well. I did not see him actually check that locked shop, however. And Seawolf is going to go ahead and try and make a play for Hawksness here. He knows it's not the armor since he already has it. So the only two things he could possibly find here would be either the token or the flute. And that's only if there is an item there. We do know there is a coordinate item. So that leaves one item still out in the wind, either to be in a chest or in Hawksness.
Makes me wonder if Z-Man is just deciding to save up his money for the hopes of either picking up the Silver Shield soon or perhaps the Flame Sword.
That is possible. I mean, the Flame Sword's not overly expensive. It's actually still less than the vanilla, but it's definitely a pricey Flame Sword compared to what we've seen before. And Seawolf gets a little bit of revenge on the blue slimes who, wow, 219 experience and 229 gold.
So it's a very good one to find, and Seawolf is making up a little bit of ground here.
And we have this Demon Knight over here who's just not having none of that hurt more. But thankfully he was able to stop spell it, so this sleep is not having any effect on him. But unfortunately not able to deal much damage physically as well. Alright, so we have a Stone Man here, which we know we can definitely hurt more out of here.
And looks like he's going to play it safe. Blocks the sleep.
Yeah, I can't say I blame him there.
There we go. What was he guarding today?
And still 151, which will get him another level here and gets him ever closer to catching up with Z-Man. Only going to be about 400 experience behind at this point. And nothing to be found. Wow. So we know either the coordinate item can be our token that we're looking for, or it can be the flute, and then we're going to have to search the chests that are still remaining, which we do have all of the Grave, all of Mountain Cave, Garenham, as long with the one chest in Rimeldar and the one chest hiding in Tablet Cave. And not bad on those Wolf Lords either, giving 133. Unlike the Demon Knight, which was just giving Z-Man so much trouble for only a whopping 14 experience here.
Yeah, and it looks like catching up a little bit is Seawolf here.
Oof.
Next Wolf Lord fight.
And he is a long way away from home with those coordinates on the other continent. And we see our first Warlock. Z-Man tries to hurt more, and Warlock says, no, here's a hurt more for you, though. And also our first Wraith Knight, who is actually susceptible to hurt more damage and will go down in one hit for 182, which is not bad at all.
Chat making a great point. 151 experience off of a Stone Man that goes down and one hurt more is pretty solid. So Seawolf will keep that in the back of his mind, and maybe that will turn out to be an advantage later.
This is true. That could be a really good grind spot, especially since they do have so much MP very early on. Now, if they do sleep you, that is an issue, but they don't really hit for much either. And we'll get our first look at another cave here. So far, we haven't found any caves of value